What's up, everybody? Welcome in. This is Casey. I am the Guardian Oracle 33. Welcome in. We are going to do a little nightcap read. I was sitting here and kind of been meditating and was guided to put out a read. So if you're interested, hey, stick around. I have no idea what we're looking at yet, but we'll be getting in there. Welcome in if you're new. Thank you for hitting the like and subscribe button, leaving a comment. I appreciate all of your guys' support here in every way. All right. Okie dokie. I think I might actually move my camera over here. Hopefully everything doesn't fall off. I had to move some stuff around today. We had some other things going on in the office. Hi, honey. Mommy's on her live. Give me a kiss. I'm looking. Nope. Mommy's walking. See you later. Say bye.
Bye.
See you later,
Bye.
dudes. Yep, bedtime.
Hi. Bedtime.
It's bedtime.
I want a coffee.
Okay, go with Dan Cash. Cash! You want to split a high pop for him?
Yeah.
You got to sit in your chair to have it, though.
I just want it.
Thank you. Come into the light. Alright, let me fix this so I can actually see. Hello, sleep well, Carol. Hey, Carol. Mooncat, Starboy, love you all. So sweet. Welcome in, guys. My name is Casey. For those of you that don't know me, I am the Guardian Oracle 33. I am a psychic medium and intuitive. Really honing in on the mediumship. It feels like this last month for the collective energy, to be quite honest, for those of you that are curious about how that works and maybe even Toodaloo! Get the vibe. Catch a vibe. Woo! We're not that far along yet. We're not ready yet. Okay, that one's not too bad. It's not too shabby. Should we go blue? Pink? Okay. So many options. Let's go with this. Right, what do we need to know about? Holy Spirit, holy angels of the highest bright light, I call on you now. I ask that you would guide, guard, and protect this read. I call on benevolent beings of the light for the highest good of all. I ask that you would enter this space and that this would be for the highest good of all. Archangel Michael, I want to thank you for guarding the gates as I do channel these messages. I demand, declare, and decree that no weapons formed against myself or my listeners shall prosper. So mote it be for those in the upright. Remember that everything that you are experiencing is a manifestation of your truest, most inner thoughts. You'll see a lot of your own reflections, or let's just put it this way. Let's just say if the universe brought you down here and you're having an experience with other people, these other people are other versions of yourself living in this, let's just say, parallel universe, if you will. Okay. There's a lot of people that will be exuberating those energies. So if you don't see love and compassion in a specific person, or you don't have the hope or the aspiration for it, and you're not sensing that or feeling it, your manifestation, it could be something conscious or unconscious that's deep within your own being. So it seems like the universe is really touching on just really wanting you to be your truest aspect of yourself. Don't worry about the other timelines or what you were in a past life. Just allow yourself to be present. They're saying that's when the answers come. So I'm working on a setup, guys. I am working on a setup. Get a little light over here. Maybe I can push that over there. Alright, that's not bad. Alright, so what are we looking at? What did we get pulled out here for, Holy Spirit? Some sort of inner learning that's happening. For those that are asking themselves the best way to evolve right now, what is their soul desiring and needing most at this time? And I feel like really the energy is not more or less what you need. I feel like there's this deep sense of wanting to understand things, not on the level of they would blow your mind or, you know, take up space in a way that would keep you guessing or not having answers. I think more or less the collective energy, and the reason I'm on here for this message is to bring forth some sort of reassurance and, you know, your unique abilities and your experience that you've had this lifetime, and not just, you know, and I am on the other timelines again, but it's, you have to remember your soul's from the beginning of time, ancient wisdom, and it's traveled all this way through space and time, different planets, galaxies, multi-universes, this soul, this light, this expression, and it's here. So you're able to harness and call forth that energy at any space and time. I think more or less the question that somebody has here is, what could I do better to connect with that aspect or to bring that realization forth to me? So I just kind of want to just let you know that anytime you're seeking, you have to, instead of allowing the judgments of your head that come forth, you have to really say, look at yourself, you know, not the judgments of yourself, the judgments of other people. Are always going to have shit to say, you know, and, you know, everybody out here is having a fucking experience. So nobody knows one more thing better than the other. Everybody's experience is unique to their own. So please don't fall in the category of, no, your intuition is the greatest gift. You know, it is your intuition. There will be other people that plant seeds and put teachers that will put us on our path. But above and all, your intuition, how you feel within your being, is the most important. Excuse me. The throat chakra and being able to express that as well. All right. What's up, everybody? I need pizza. I just had pizza. The Fallen. Zerdik, what up? Okay, so I think we're really just like honing in on the fact that there's many relic and remnant aspects of ourselves that we can pull forward in this space and time. More or less, the universe, it feels like, is guiding forth. You'll know what you need to know when you need to know it. There is an essence of going along, going with the flow. And if you start feeling like, okay, even just through choices or altercations or things that come, you can be the observer and allow things to pass by and not put in a reaction. You have to remember that your power, there's things that will come to try to take your power, or if you feel like you're giving your power over to something or somebody in some way, whether it's legally or because of a circumstance, remember that you own your power. You are light. You're seated here with your unique skills, gifts, talents, and abilities, just based off of solely who you are. William says, I'm feeling you, Casey. I love you, brother. So I think that it's just important that you love yourself and remember, without judgment, when you start to question the path around you or those around you, really go back into the seat of your soul, take some breaths, and just remember, you know, God says when the world is going so fast, just be still. And take those breaths and ask. You know, that's where you really start to hone your gift of communicating with your spirit guides, your higher self, you know, and look something out in the direction in which it would go in the choice and how that would follow suit. This is when you start to become a master of those. And you remember your intention behind it all, your heart's intention. You have a good heart. You're not out here trying to hurt other people. You're going to have experiences. You're going to have wins. You're going to have losses. But the core of who you are and what drives you is what's most important. Your spirit guides are saying, please don't miss your heart in the situation. What up, Pickles? What up, guys? Dear little buttercup, won't you stay a while? Miss Little Buttercup. What is that off of? The Three Amigos. Anybody seen that? the three amigos, hey, and they think it's a movie the whole time. You know, they think they're going out there for this big movie shoot, and it's these three best friends. Oh, God, I can't remember their name. It's an older movie. You guys, I seen it on VHS. It's about the time Zorro came out, I believe. Great movie, right? But they think they're in there and they're kicking ass. And they're cowards. They're fucking fearful. But by the end of that, what they thought was a film, they were actually warding off bad guys in this old saloon town. And they thought it was a movie shoot, and they were being paid to go there, but really it was real action. This shit was happening in real life, and they did gain their strength there, and they did become heroes because they theaterized it. They played it out. They put their hands in it. They got into that role. And little did they know they did an excellent job, because some of, you know what I mean, acting just can't, overtake natural talent, purity. Stephen Martin. God, I love Stephen Martin. That's what I was trying to think of. He's the other movie that came into my head at that time was, I'm hearing 9 Months. She's beautiful. She also plays in, It Puts the Lotion On. Makes her do the fucking Hannibal. What was her name in that movie too? Look, I'm going all over. I haven't seen Father of the Birds, but I did see that movie Birds when I was a kid. That shit freaked me out. Yeah, my babysitter, she's like, we're watching Birds. I was like, fuck that, I'm going to sleep. And she's like, that's what I thought, pussy. The Three Musketeers. What is it? That's a good movie too. Stepfather, father-in-law, when the wife and Franck, when the wife and the daughter are both pregnant at the same time. It's not 9 months. Anyways, that shit's fucking, Steve Martin is so funny in that movie to me. Clarice. Yeah. Is that you, Clarice? Jodie Foster. Yeah, she's freaking, I always think that I like something about her mouth. I think she's pretty. I actually know a girl in real living life that could definitely be her exact doppelganger. I swear to God, but she's got blonde hair. She's fucking awesome like that too. Martin Short, Chevy Chase. Oh my gosh. So those were the good old movies, Just some good old boys. Never meaning no harm. Did all he ever did to please the law since the day he was born. It's like an outlaw spirit too. It's like, give yourself a little break. There's going to be things that you experience and that come into your experience that you have to remember that you have the genetics and the DNA and the disposition to take anything that was meant for not the upright, and because you have come such a long ways genetically and time travel, these genetics, this soul, your living organisms, your cells, every cell has God's source energy moving through it. So you need to remember the connection that you truly have and not judge yourself on what you think it should look like in this space and time. Shamans, how many herbs and hallucinogenics and cocoa plants and all the things that is used and abused these days for bad, right? If you do this is bad. People were having those out-of-body experiences or these other experiences that were awakening certain things within their body, that they would have this remembrance or to be able to activate something on the double helix. This goes very deep, and you have to remember, not only do you have God's source energy running through your cells and through your body and your magnificence, collective, and those of you that are watching, you really have to trust in your power, and the way that you're sharing your experience with others too does such a great deal in whatever context that you are doing that. It's the openness, and whatever way is allowing this communication, this openness to happen, don't judge it. Allow things to flow. The number 9 is prominent here. See, and you've got the 3 of Pentacles and the 7 of Swords, and it's like you're doing I heard the handiwork of God, the 10 of Swords, and it's like even those, you have to remember that we don't fight in flesh, we fight in spirit, and every human walking can have an entity attach themselves through that spirit in whichever way. Your ability to discern that and to see that with the 7 of Swords. I heard kryptonite. This is some sort of sonar, radar, location, sensory perception, heightened sensory perception that you have. Sensor for bullshit. It's like whenever something goes down or the lights come up and whatever, the 7 of Swords is really about you know, and this is happening out in the water. It's levitated. 1, 2. And it's like you hold the 7th sword here in whatever way that means, but it's the way that you're honing something. It's like all that shit that you had to go through. You might have a reputation in some way of being like a specific, you know, the things that used to hurt you in the past. Dirty, rotten, low down, whatever this may be. And it's like you've put a lot of work in towards putting those energies into the past. This judgmental energy, these energies, the lower vibrational energies, even sadness is a lower vibrational energy, you know. It really is. You just have to really remember that everything you're going through, this is happening for you here. So why is the 7 of Swords out here with the 10 of Swords? Because a high priestess. Okay, so we're talking about higher wisdom and knowledge here. A priestess for pain, a priestess for sovereignty. And it's like for some of you, you know, even in the underworld, there are entities and deities that you bring to the light, that you bring back to sovereignty, to light. I heard put some respect on my name, you know, and it's, this is like your realm. You know how to deal, you know how to work or authenticate or to focus through painful times that are painful, whether this is, you need to, I think somebody here has some core wounds of betrayal, absolutely, and codependencies that followed, even if not addictions through that, because somebody who's highly psychic or intuitive or just has that work ethic, this deeper knowing, it's like it's something that's always been a part of you. Even I want to say that this painful, whatever this lies, trick, deceit is, or whatever this was meant for bad, or this energy that comes in or manifests upon others is an energy that has taught you this benevolence within your being, awakening to the truest essence of the light warrior that is within you. So you might realm into dark places that most wouldn't go, i.e. a drug ring, or, you know, sex, drugs, rock and roll parties in whatever way. And it's like you could be the guy that still goes to the parties, but you take your crystals with you, and it's like you'd go to these parties and, you know, at first have guilt or shame in whatever way for whatever it is. This is, you know, this shame, this is like some sort of past energy, and it's like in some ways you're trying to figure out how to beat this, how to come through it, how to have a breakthrough here. There's a lot of seeds here that somebody is, you're going to see in the limelight, what this 10 of Swords and the 7 of Swords really, this energy brought forth in you. And it is some sort of determination, some sort of, I heard hysteria, some sort of, you sit in a place, you've come a very long ways that has an ability, and I want to say, you might even have guides that scare you in some ways. You might perceive them as demonic spirits or lower vibrational energies. You might go around and cast things out of your house, and its ancestors, it's other energies that are coming through. I do feel like somebody here has some very strong mediumship. I do feel like somebody also feels these spirits within the home space, or those around them within the home. You could work from home as some sort of a shaman, some sort of mediumship. There's a lot of psychic energy that's around this place. Passed on loved ones. And I want to keep saying it's like dead. It's not even just the dead that you've known, but it's dead around in the place or the space. I would say definitely you could be somebody who's used to experiencing July 10th as well as October 7th could be very prominent here. These specific, it's like if somebody had committed suicide in a specific place, you might feel that energy or pick up on it, even if it was directly connected to you or not. We're talking about layers of energy that somebody is picking up on. What's up, Matthew? All right. How are you feeling about this situation at this time? How are you feeling about this situation? By the way, guys, I ordered 6 new decks of cards, and these cards are, I got the Jason and the Freddy Cougar. Like, these are going to be classics one day. I got some really cool cards coming in. I got some other Martian alien decks coming in. How are you feeling at this time? How are you feeling about this connection to this other world, this mediumship, this paranormal? This was wanting to come out. 10 of Pentacles. I think somebody's like, hell yeah. And then you've got the 2 of Pentacles. If I can find a way to balance out these feelings and these emotions or these things that are happening, somebody's starting to draw the pieces and the points back together, saying, I understand how something happened to push something in a direct way. You could have felt so blocked too. It's like, why can't I leave this space, this town, these certain people? And it's like you keep getting called back to this energy, and it's like, why won't this, you know what I mean? You could feel blocked, and it's like some of you really just undoubtedly do have a calling, some sort of demonologist, or an ability to walk between worlds, or be some sort of sovereignty for this energy. It's like you find a way to chemically release this or energetically release this through others, even through the nervous system perhaps. You know, you're really good when it comes to the mind. That's almost like, it's like somebody banks on something to get in the head that would create some sort of strife or a blockage for you, you know, and it's like that's not even close to being a truth. It's like that's almost when you're more vulnerable, the more authentic aspect of yourself comes out, due to your soul's own urge to display something that is happening in the dark that other people perhaps aren't seeing or perceiving, and maybe only you are at this point. You could be in a marriage and not share this information with others, or, you know, you could have a child that actually kind of picks up on those psychic senses themselves. Maybe dreams are very prominent here, or nightmares in that way with the Nine of Swords here, but it's really like a lot of mental energy that goes into your work, and it's through the psyche. Definitely through the psyche here. But there's balance. Your spirit guides are saying that there's balance coming in, and I want to see why. What brings balance in between this situation for those that are experiencing this specific situation? Love. It's like making love in that space. It's bringing love back into a place where there wasn't hope, or it's just at the root. It's the water. It's the water that's grounding this. It's that energy. Maybe you have, you know, many placements of water and air throughout your chart. Very well. A Queen of Swords, because at the end of the day, even though all the swords are out here, you're still the queen of them. You know, whether you have to be an ice cold bitch, whether you are the truth speaker, the truth seeker, and it does have a lot to do with that. You know, and there is something here that it has a layer of, it's like, I want to say jealousy, because as I look at the side of the board with the Seven of Swords, the Ten of Swords, maybe there is some sort of jealousy and enviousness. The name Penny could be prominent with the Four of Wands here, the High Priestess, and what you do, your home, the way you run it, the Ten of Pentacles. This love that's brewing or creative, or that's coming out of this passionate work that you're doing. Very protected in the psychic crown chakra area. I do think that there is a lot of work that has been put into the level of awareness that you're allowing yourself to get through, and I feel like undoubtedly, and actually in such a weird way, that you're doing this through some sort of state of pain, or where a place of agony used to be within the past. I would definitely say that that's something that has brought this ability out for you, and this that's become very grounded here. You could have two dogs, you know, and they could be like dragon guides, spirit guides. It's like if somebody was preying on your vulnerability, and I'd like to look at this over here. See the Page of Swords, the Three of Cups, and the Five of Swords. So it's like everything was going good until there was some sort of celebration or something that was seen about a specific energy access point you were able to locate or to bring forth within yourself or somebody else. Look at her her crown in her stomach here, and it's like some sort of key signature that you have, an ability that you naturally possess. It's a predisposition that you would already have. I wonder if this doesn't have to do with somebody else, a love, maybe somebody that you are married to, or have some sort of shared space in that way, that there's growth happening here because of this. And it's like maybe in the past you've seen it as a blockage, but now you're going to see it as some sort of new beginning. It's like the things that used to haunt you or keep you awake at night, or that, you know, that judgmental part of yourself. It's almost like you're picking up on the thoughts and feelings of others around you. I think others do feel blocked because of your super hyper independence. The Nine of Pentacles comes out again. You're single, the way that you're able to, it's like now you have more time to dedicate yourself to I don't even think it's like home on earth. You know, you can bring heaven here through your super consciousness, through your consciousness in whatever way that is. And that's your perfect world. And it's like in some ways you're connecting with other energies, entities, for the highest good of all that are through there. And I would say even in some past lives, like you have served a purpose of a blockage for many others. You know what I mean? You've realmed in the realms of, with the Ten of Swords and the Seven of Swords out here. It's like this is your lifetime to come back. I'm hearing my comrades. You know, my comrades have been left in the dark. They feel forgotten. They've been lost in their head. They felt blocked. You know, nobody was the gatekeeper, the waymaker for them. And it's like, here you come. You have some sort of predominant psychic energy that propels you forward. All right. Just a second. My son just called me. He had his away game, so I just need to get a ride set up for him. I will be back in just a second. Oh, excuse me, guys. Yeah. Single mom of 5 kids. I got a lot going on over here. Just trying to squeeze a read out at almost 8 o'clock at night, man. Okay. So, it really does feel like somebody's... I heard reverence and reverent. Going through something. It almost is like kind of, whether this is channeling or shifting back into a specific energy, and it overcomes something. Maybe you felt blocked in this specific area at some point, and it's like maybe it just wasn't time. You know, there was a really new energy being built here. And I do want to say, for those of you that have been connecting with ancestors or that have felt lower vibrational in the past, because it did scare you. I'm not going to say some of you haven't looked, you know, your greatest fears in the eyes of another, or your greatest doubt that would come about for you. Those are all very real things, you know, not discounting, but this is somebody who has really taken ownership for things that have occurred within their state of being. Through that dark night of the soul, or through those blockages that felt very hard, very difficult to get over, and have somehow found a way to create a new beginning from it. And it feels like that there is a guide that's stepping forward, that is, you know, it's this version of yourself that is very warrior-like, that is very, it feels like you've shifted through different types of archetypal energies, and you're learning the innate within your being. Fifth dimensional thinking is really when you see others within your own self, you know, yourself and others in whatever way that that may mean. But I definitely say somebody does have a fear here. You know, there's subtleties of just the past and being blocked, and it's, see the cards over here all messy, and it's like maybe there was a lot of information that was being misstrued because of some sort of energy that that's been misleading in whatever way, whether this is you to yourself, collective. So let's look at this blockage with the Seven of Wands here. Needing to make sense of things. Okay, so we come back to some sort of, and it's maybe that's why it feels like this, is like this constant block that somebody's up against, because somebody's needing to make sense of things, and it's like you already have this information. It's in the, I'm hearing the ketones. Or some sort of ketosis or state of ketosis, and this has to do with purifying and altering the state of being that you are into some sort of crystal pureness, some sort of purity, this attribute of pure flow energy. And even if it's not on that level through the physical being of wellness, it is like something has become psychically unblocked for you. That's going to start to build a sort of foundation that is undoubtedly, I'm telling you, animals are very prominent here, whether this is horses or dogs. And the element, you know, water, death and loss, heartbreak. Okay, and I was going to say, because it does feel like, you know, like all this loss that somebody's had, this betrayal, this heartbreak that has felt, and wanting to make sense of maybe somebody who's passed away or what that meant, or how did that put you or propel you on a specific path. It's like maybe since this death, things have been feeling blocked. Things have been feeling, I heard, go little mighty. But you're meant to be on stage speaking. Okay, so maybe, you know, like this becomes an advocate, like a mom who loses a kid to a drunk driver, and now they advocate for other mothers or those who have lost it, other military members, your comrades in a time of war, and you know the mothers are left behind, and now these mothers come together and they speak about these things. Undoubtedly, you know, right now, if you're asking for the message, it says you're being led by spirit guides. You're meant to be on stage speaking. February 11th. Yes, yes, yes. And you're surrounded in a loving and being guided. They want you to listen. So I think that for me to get on here at this time of night, because normally I don't do reads late anymore, there's definitely somebody that has this undoubted question about mediumship, or if they're connecting through this, and it's like, yes, through this painful space, this is where you have, your spirit guides have led you, and it's for a specific reason. It's like, there's places that you will roam and you will go to that most will not, out of fear of A, what other people think, B, their own selves, guilt and shame from the past, and just a fear of being perceived in such a way. You have to remember that you have this specific light within you and this duty that comes forth, and you have a spirit animal and spirit guides that says, you know, you, the way you do things, this comes back to being the alchemist. Okay, this is energies we're alchemizing. Okay, you could take anything and alchemize it for the greatest good of all. It comes from the intention of benevolence within your own being. I can say that I'm talking to somebody who definitely is asking, am I being led by spirit guides? And they want you to know that not only are you being led, but you're completely surrounded and loved. And I do want to say the only threat that you would have is really, besides, you know, lower entities and deities. And you learn that through, like, those that want to engage you in arguments or conflict. You know, might be ways that they could get you just to react or get into that space. And it's like, remember, when you're not giving that time and attention, you are so loved and so kind. God, you're God's baby working with the Christ consciousness. Okay, you've got family time is important, as well as manipulator, narc, and spirit attachment. So there could also be somebody within a family dynamic that does have some sort of spirit attachment or entity that you know, and if it is somebody that you're related to or somebody that's in that way, you know, you might be thinking this is hereditary, you pick up on this genetically, and I want to say that's not a case. You have your own innate, your own soul, your own imprinting, and it's like your ability to just think these positive things and see yourself in that position, no matter how hard it might be. You need to let yourself get into that childlike state of being so that you can tap into this conscious like awareness of being just to observe, to allow something to morph into the death moth, into a butterfly, and back into a worm in your mind's eye. Like, what did that mean? Just allow your thoughts to roam, allow yourself to become psychically aware and just free, healing others, childlike faith. That's so funny. Thank you, Spirit guys. I was just talking about having like this childlike faith that would come back through. You are highly connected with ancient wisdom. And it's like, what a fucking waste for those that come here and they're like, well, that's not how you do spirituality, or that's not how you read, or what fucking spread is that, or you know, you have to understand that the ultimate goal at the end of the day for any light worker here is to help somebody else, if not just yourself. You go so long with not knowing things and being misunderstood or feeling misunderstood, and you keep it all inside, and it goes around in this world, and then you're interacting with people on a daily basis that have no fucking idea what you're going through on the inside, right? Because they haven't gone through the spiritual awakening. They're not aware of what you could be sitting and having a conversation with somebody, and then you're watching ads pop up on the TV behind them, and you can't help but get a truth that you're really trying to, you're connecting with the spirit guides in all ways all the time, and people are like just literally having a 9 to 5 and a cup of coffee and like, how's your day? They don't know a fucking thing outside of their own free will to change anything within their life. You know, they really just obey these earthly laws, and you know, they're living a life. They don't think about like, what did that mean in dreams, or oh, I had some crazy fucking dreams, and they'll never think a thing about it. That's not their path this lifetime, but for you it is. You're aware to everything, and I think that's the most exciting and exhilarating thing, and I think that's one thing that's like, you've had the sense of child, you know, and there is the sense of jealousy or eagerness to just kind of like commandeer, and it's like your power, your energy, your lighthouse, your generator, you know, just like, you don't even fighting. See all the colors and the tones and the frequencies? It's like you are the light within, and when that light really starts to illuminate, they see that it's just them fighting themselves, you know. It's like you've been able to ascend or to step back from that certain programming. There's a lot of deep programming that is happening here, or has happened. This hasn't been a short path, but whatever I would say, those very low vibrational energies, those terrible things that you have had to experience, specifically with the grief and the loss, you're understanding now, or you will be, that you're highly connected with ancient wisdom, that would be the thing that would make you look crazy, so that you would say the thing to feel rejected, so others would have that, because you are manifesting. The goal here is to understand that you are split off the old block, a ginormous source, a sphere of light, and refracted away fucking so many light years. Here we are. And that's the only thing between you and that, and all of the time it's spent on all those layers, okay? And now you're able to shine through into this space and time, and this is only 1 millirefractal, a decometer of what and true you truly are all. But somebody's here learning how to harness that. It's not just akashically, it's just you're a walking fucking channel. You're just a walking channel of information, and sometimes it's a lot stronger than others, and it feels like when the home is good, and it's like there's something within this home that you bring to, it's like how you work in this home, you know, it does have to do with your abilities within the home space and those that you dwell with the 4 wands out here. This is a gift, okay? You've got the King of Swords out here, talking to somebody who's highly not just educated, this is somebody who's highly experienced through trials and tribulations. Who might be even having some sort of new spark. I got the King and Queen of Swords out here. So this could be a divine partnership too as well, that could be coming together through work or some sort of psychic abilities that is going to be profitable. It's very grounded here. There's a new start and a new beginning, or a new way of seeing somebody perhaps. That you're understanding that things have taken time. That things have taken time, and the thing that's held you back the most is just like, one, the time you spend on things not coming, you know, because transformation and hope is out here with perseverance. We hear this all the time, right? The spark of divinity, and it's like, you can manifest things like this. But you've got to center yourself to this place where you're in that theta brainwave, where you can access information from a state of non-judgment, because it's like tuning in to a radio station. And it's like you get static, you know, and the more that you're like, oh, did you hear that? And you got the cup against the door because you're trying to hear to the other side and what the radio's saying. And really, you don't need all of that, but you're so afraid to miss the message, or in some way they're so like, what if I'm going to take the wrong path? Trust me, motherfucker, you're going to be exactly where you need to be when you need to be there. Undoubtedly. This is like, when I talk about ancient wisdom and knowledge, like this goes beyond old. This is an ancient fucking soul that I would say, if not for at least the last billion years, have always awakened or seeded some sort of psychic, esoteric philanthropy, metamorphosis, talking about like literally opening portals and, you know, levitating, being able to, the arts, the true arts, the mystic arts. And it's mastery is what it is. And it's something that's been hidden behind a lot of mundane daily life bullshit. And that daily life bullshit was the Mr. Miyagi that was waxing on and waxing off while you were growing into this. You just didn't see this yet. But now, in some ways, that's coming to the forefront, because there's going to be something about an aspect of jealousy or an inner knowing of those around you. Some of you have some people around you that really don't and haven't sought out for your highest good. And it does have to do with your ability to continuously keep getting up and keep going. Some of you have had people who despised your ass, who now appreciates you more than ever. You know what I mean? Who appreciates you more than ever now because of your tenacity. You know, and somebody wants to let you know that as well. Outside of this spread, what else do we have for channel messages, please? Communication. So this could be communication here, and I really do feel like this has a lot to do with galactic communication, some sort of interpretation through the interdimensional space of being. This is subtleties. It will manifest on the outside as signs and synchronicities, undoubtedly, that are showing up in the physical. And somebody's just at that layer of understanding or wanting to know, like, things are shifting. You know, undoubtedly, do you have the strength to do this? Leo could be prominent here for some of you. A union, okay? So there could be communication coming about some sort of rebuilding or a second chance for something to happen again. And I feel like there is strength in this communication and in this union. So what brings this strength about for this situation? What brings strength? You know, what brings this union? What is this strength that's being communicated about? What is most important here? The Magician. I thought I seen something else. And the King of Swords shows up again. So this is intelligence, intelligent communication. It's like something that was planted in the past has manifested now to a way it's like almost somebody else is living by a truth that was spoken, or something that they've been shown or have seen here. What's the second chance about going within? You know, I think you help somebody to have a deeper look at why they internalize so many things, and while they're in there internalizing these things, what they actually could do with them that is most beneficial. I want to say some of you are a scry. I'm hearing that verse, and I'm not going to quote it, but it's like keep your light lit in your heart. Don't put it under the table. Put it in the window for the world to see. You know, and it's like taking this time to go within and reconcile with even your own self. There is something here about candlelight and lighting, you know, setting the tone in the space. It's like this is where you do your best work. There is a partnership that you really do have with yourself that is being rebuilt, as well as for those of you that are doing this with somebody else. And I want to say, like, there's a lot of fast communication that's happening here. That's moving things forward. January 7th could be very prominent for somebody here. I do see a new car or a new home, something that somebody's manifested, and to where you can make this space for like something, bring this resonant energy back of deep remembrance. It's like being able to recreate something now that you're older or in a specific space. There's going to be a lot of very deep soul remembrances. There's some sort of effort opportunity that comes forward that does bring this like very strong bond with communication. I really want to say for some of you this could be very telepathic. And it's taking, maybe it's, let's just say like somebody's not very spiritual and somebody is, but somebody's a very deep thinker, and somehow they're like, it's when science and spirituality and religion starts to come together, and it's like somebody's walls are breaking down. It's allowing them to see somebody in a different light that perhaps they didn't want to see somebody in before, you know. They're having this inner learning moment and being able to internalize the beauty within the pain. Strength out here again. So 88 could be prominent here. Leo. And I would say it's there might even be communication here about moving forward in the way that you're communicating or working through something. It really has a lot to do about tenacity and working through things. I would say you're definitely somebody who has the ability to overcome hard things. It feels like you've done a lot of this journey. It does feel like alone in this earthly plane. I mean, you have your family and stuff, but like on the inside, and it's like this other energy is able to manifest, whether a negative entity or deity is being relinquished, or you know, you're just vibrating at a level where that entity can no longer be attracted to either this is you or your significant other, that happiness can shine through. There's some sort of enlightenment that's been able to come through. This could even be through some sort of younger boy, a child, and there's bringing some sort of balance. It's like you have the strength. There's twos out here. February 2nd could be and this is about using your intuition and balancing that, and you have the strength to do that. You know, it's just somebody here might get caught up on like, last time I did this, you know, this really fucked me over, and it's like, should I stay single or should I integrate with something here? And I do think that there's a level of judgment and being able to call upon your truest innermost desires, and to know that you are connected to life force energy at this time, and that is what's really almost like pushing you in some way. You've got the marriage card out here, talking about the marriage of souls is the union of two divine opponents. Okay. Where did I put that deck? Oh, I started mixing it all up. Alright. You know, Ascended Masters, I feel that energy heavily. Saying you will get there. Your guides are coming through saying you will get there. You can't force flowers to grow out or plants to sprout. Be patient and respect that everything happens in its own way and time. And that really has been the message here. It's like you are connected to this higher wisdom, and it's like you need to allow more of this energy to harness and come through for you. Self-love and joy. They're saying be happy with the experiences that you've had. Don't take everything so serious. You know, humor is a very great attribute of uplifting yourself. You know what I mean? Laugh at yourself. Be weird. Be creative. Go dance in the field of flowers. Fuck, run naked if you want to. If that's what gets your rocks off, you know, what you find may not be what you expect, but what you truly need. And I feel like somebody's going to receive something in such an unexpected way. Like, how the fuck did that happen through that? But it's going to be undeniable that there's definitely God's hand on this. This is a physical, an angelic energy. Because if you can harness this ancient energy through yourself, right? Because you have this ability to connect, or just because it's a part of your DNA and who you are. You are meant to bring this information forward, forging a new path, you know, and to participate here on this earth. And it's like, because you've had the tenacity to go through things that were uncomfortable and that would definitely help with the evolution of your own being for the greater good of all, which is so much bigger than you know, than this relationship and your job. Like, you need to think about that. Being a humanitarian, if you can just help one person and share an experience with yourself that you normally wouldn't share, because in the past you were closed off or shy, or that would be a vulnerability for you, and you do, and it's just that time that you do. God uses at the right moment for the person. I'm seeing Keanu Reeves. That would change somebody's life forever. And that happens all the time, and it's like, never underestimate your voice or what you might say. The card did come out, you know, there's some sort of new path here, especially if you are some sort of speaker or getting something out. When you make new choices, is that my voice? You create new results. Let go of old patterns and remember to embrace your power of possibility. You are fully supported. It's like, make the wish, take the leap. You know, they want you to know it's like, enjoy the journey. Have good sex. Drink good coffee. Have great whiskey. Drink cold ass beer. Go spongy jumping, you know, get painted butt naked with your fucking on the hands and knees with your booty in the air and hang it in your living room just because you fucking can. Just because somebody's gonna say, can you fucking believe that shit? You know what I mean? Do the things that make you happy. Live unapologetically. It's like we're always living up to some standard or perspective of what we think our guides want us to think or know or that we should be, and if not, it's a demerit or bad baby. Guess what? I've been a bad baby my whole life, and I have enjoyed my life, and I plan on doing more things that I probably shouldn't, because that's just who I am, and because I know that when you tell me no, I'm gonna do it. And why do you not want me to push this button? And I'll learn in my time, and I'm pretty wise, and I can see the snares and the traps that are set due to insecurities or jealousies of others or the fear of them traveling that path. I don't like putting a cap on my ability to access information or to grow or to seek through certain attributes that I have experienced with myself and not with others. I believe that everything is always happening for a reason, and I always call on the light when I can't see my path and just say, you know, fill me with that trust and hope. You know I have the strength to persevere through this, so allow me this illusion of time to pass by and know that I've already, you know, I have these skills and these talents within me and these abilities, and I just want to know that the lesson above all, and to reiterate and remind myself, is to breathe. All is well with my soul. And to be still when the world feels fast, and that you have a huge crown chakra that's completely open and sometimes feel ungrounded. When you make new choices, you create new results. Let go of old patterns and embrace the power of possibility. You are being fully supported. Don't confuse intention with entitlement. The entitlement to demand from the world leaves you with nothing. The world is rich, and so are you. You can't force flowers to grow, man. You know, they're saying at all costs, pursue your happiness. You know, there's something receiving it all, it says right here. And I got distracted by that. You deserve to receive abundance at full capacity. But do you believe that? Believe in your worth and trust and reiterate that to the universe that is ready to deliver all that you desire. So open up. And it's like, not just to think about it, but you have to feel what that would feel like. You have to use your fucking imagination to feel what that would feel like. To have that, or to be in that moment, or and to just, you know, with no delusion, just like, if my heart had a desire, what would it feel like to touch the most handsome man in my eyes, or the person that my soul desires, and just to be completely honest and share everything with vulnerabilities, and you know, and then we're like, then we love that, and then we're like, but what would they say? And then it cuts off all that creation, right? That fear, and it's like, jump through that. Motherfucker would be like, hell yeah, this hot ass bitch is telling me everything she thinks, and I love it because I feel the same way. And if I wish I could have just communicated like this a long time ago, it would have made things a lot easier. You know, fear's a motherfucker. Don't let it fuck your mother. You are being called to explore sharing knowledge, insight, and wisdom through written words to bring clarity and healing. So I fucked your bitch. Just kidding. I don't know why that just came in my head. Take money. Take money. I'm the J-O-E to the Z, yo. Call me Josie. Got more game than Kaliko. I'm a freak, all call me sick. 3'9" with a 10-foot stick. I'm the ladies' pick. Hey, God gave everything has been created. It has all been created. Everything you see in front of your eyes, every attribute, feeling, and a lot of us, you know, we're from the Creator, and we are very magnificent beings that have an ability to. It does help to. You know, I don't want to be the telltale, you'll know when you need to know, but for somebody, like, things are unraveling. There's other people that are receiving information and are trying to meet you at a specific space and time or frequency, and are, there's other things that have evolved in that space that could be a split in a timeline, and it's like really waiting almost for others to evolve past a certain space and time. I'm hearing a derivative of a derivative of this object or this space and time or this event. It's derivative of it. I'm highly connected with ancient wisdom. Alright. You've been on my mind, motherfucker. Alright. Anything else that's important? Take it. Take another little piece of my heart now, baby. You know you got it. If it makes you feel good, so damn good. Oh, you know it will, baby. Oh, baby. Hello, darling. It's been a long time. You're just as lovely. He said, I'll love her till I die. He said, oh, Betty, you know you'll forget in time. You're forgotten time, all the time. That's why I'm here again. What was your name again? Hi, I'm Earth. Have we met? Hello, Pat. Pat me. Patty cake, baker's man. Not saying that, spirit guides. Mooncat. Alright. In the eye of the storm, you'll guard my soul. Okay, thank you. You alone are the maker. What do we need to know? What do we need to be on the lookout for? Besides cat scratch fever, high priestess in reverse. Watch out for some sort of cunning, trickery, dickery dock. Is that you, Dick? Sure is, Richard. Hey, I told you to call me Richard long time ago, but it seems how you keep being a prick. Somebody's doing some sort of deceptions and illusions. So what are we on the lookout for? Anything else to go along with this? February, it's like it comes in twos. But there's good news about this. And because the universe is using this as some sort of potentiality, as an outpouring of opportunity for you. I heard it's quite unfortunate for some. That it's you being able to accept a challenge, and it does have to do with some sort of, I almost wonder if this is some sort of flip or shadow aspect of yourself, but for some of you there definitely is an energy of like spiritualist or spiritual devil and the high priestess in reverse. So I would definitely say some sort of obsessive energy, and it does feel like some sort of psychic vampire. I want to suck your blood, I want to hunt you. You know, and it is like a thirsty entity. It's an entity that's like, you know, would try to would you submit to me? Some sort of submissive power. And if you're asking a question right now, the answer is no. But there's a choice here. Ooh, and I almost want to say too, like if there was or has been, this is you, this energy's out here. I'm just the messenger. Planning to do something in this way, you know, I do see a plan for something, you know, some sort of devil-like energy to come through. When I say devil, something that would be, you know, I mean, it really does feel like somebody trying to make somebody feel powerlessness within their own spirit, through some sort of mental, chemical, alchemical, I heard some sort of decomposition, or disposition that somebody possesses. This person would be cunning, but there's some sort of plan or choice that they're making. It has to do with conflict. I told you there's competition around this opportunity and this outpouring of new beginnings that is coming through in this new energy. This could be an old version of yourself for some of you, or for some of you this is just like timekeepers. They're part of a matrix. There's some sort of system, and it's like I can see you going through the glitch, and it's almost like through a computer system, like ones and zeros encoded within that, and it's like watch out, this person might have a temper too, you know, or they struggle in opposition, you know, and you're going to see that because you might relate in like spirituality, but when you really start to channel or to all that grief, right, all that Seven of Swords in the previous read to this, in the collective read I was pulling out, going through the lies, the betrayal, that Ten of Swords face down, and the emotions, with nobody, you know, just going through that has been an environment you were raised in through your spirituality. It's that warrior spirit. And actually, it didn't stifle you. It fucking, you know, you ever get punched in the fucking nose just enough to where you're like, you motherfucker just punched me in the nose. And then you're like, and you take that breath and you're like, dude, especially if it's like your sister or something, you're like, ooh, don't fucking sock her in the face. And you might just slap her upside the fucking ear real hard so her fucking ear rings for the next 3 days. Not punch her in the face, though, right? But it's that moment where you're like, ooh, you son of a bitch. You know, anybody, I can't, you touch my nose, even just give me a baby back bitch slap, and I'm like, motherfucker, that better. I want to hear you say that was an accident, because for some reason there's just that fucking right instinct. It's that warrior-like mentality. No, baby, I'm not done yet. I love you too. And it's just like that. That's what's created this new beginning about you. It's because that perseverance. And it is because you are connected to this ancient wisdom with like this childlike faith. Maybe you know, your children have brought that out in you. Tell me more over here. You know, and I wonder if this isn't going towards your marriage or something. You know, there's a choice here that somebody, it just feels like very conflicted in if I was as spiritual or if I was as knowing. And it's like somebody might try to take, I heard Scientology, but some sort of sharp wording, you know. I'm hearing linguistics, somebody who does this shit for the High Priestess in reverse, okay, and the conflict and the devil out here, and over the marriage here. So yeah, you've got the heartbreak and the Two of Cups. So it's like, I almost want to say, and this is like a telltale, and I don't really like picking up on this, but there's some sort of dishonesty and heartbreak around somebody here, that it has to do with an unhappy couple, really, is what it is. This could be a couple. This could just be them being unhappy in a relationship, because I do see that somebody here is married over here on this side with this devil energy and this High Priestess in reverse. Some sort of, you know, what's sad is somebody's wasting their talent here at the demise of trying to persuade maybe somebody or something to make a choice that they normally wouldn't, through some sort of demonic type or lower vibrational energetic energy that would be sent somebody's way, trickery, or an illusion to somebody who's not as spiritually protected or spiritually awakened and aware. So it's like somebody is using this towards somebody's stability, you know, their family or their marriage, their long-term relationship or happiness. Dogs barking outside, confirmation. Tell me about the new beginnings. And it has to do with perspective, you know, and I feel like you're letting go of this energy. I don't know if somebody's passing or somebody's moving away or moving on. New place. So, or somebody's having just this breakthrough. I said earlier, this High Priestess energy that you did possess, as much as it pisses some people off, because I think a lot of people do get this preconception that you think you're better than everybody else. You think you fucking know something, huh? You think you're good now? We remember when you did drugs, sex, and rock and roll, bro. We remember when you fucking XYZ, because they are all part of making that on the outward appearance look as such, right? That's their story. It's, hey, it's your fucking concert. Sell your own fucking tickets, you know? You can sell them to whoever you want. In the end, people see the truth. There's enlightenment after a period of delayed or you even perhaps feeling, a lack of direction because of certain betrayal or this trickery that has happened. But it feels like what's really propelling you forward, it has been sadness and grief. Some sort of emotional instability or this unwelcoming change is like the thing that really set you on your path to connect to this higher wisdom. You know, there is something that's growing here as far as teamwork, and it has to do with your spirit guides and you being able to break through from this mold, this perseverance, 777 that comes out, you know. It is time to let go of this version of yourself that thinks it needs to meet everybody's fucking whim. What they think you should grieve like, what they think you should look like, how they think you should go through things. The fact that you even think that just shows that there's still aspects of yourself that gives too many damns about the thoughts of others. And it's a natural human characteristic. because we're trained that to feel accepted means that we're okay and acceptable in society. Well, some of us just have different ideas. And those different ideas actually is what initially, as much as you felt like an outcast for sharing those or going through what you were, your vulnerabilities, somebody seeing an opportunity to pull some sort of trickery or use a heartbreak to an advantage that they could dismay or assault or violate your power, your free will, or your inflict your issues that you're already having. I think somebody was banking on somebody's mental health issues or being able to show some sort of instability here. But I do want to say this person is having regret, and they're refusing to see that they missed a specific opportunity because they really were gifted and do have insight, but it's like they got lost in their enviousness of your ability to adapt and overcome and to keep going. It's not about you can connect to dead people. Fucking cool, dude. It's not really all that fucking great. You want it, have it. It's just as much a curse as it is a fucking blessing. You gotta listen. It's in the time you wake up to the time you go to bed until you put up energy blocks, and even then, there's fucking dead people everywhere. There's people, trapped souls and consciousness that's here throughout the crystalline grid. You want it? Go have it, motherfucker. Especially depends on what energy and frequency you're at, because if you have a good heart, good will, and you've just been caught up in some things that have taught you experience, that's one thing. But if you're fucking asswipe and you go talk to the dead, go get fucking haunted, go live in those dimensions that you want to live in that vibration. That's all in you, and you're creating that. I do want to say everything you put out there does come back, and you're telling the universe, fuck yeah, I want more of that. And you could try to write off that energy signature, but my friend, it always comes back. There are some happy times to come here through this, and I think that somebody is having some nostalgic moments and some remorse about some sort of gathering or something that had happened in the past here, truly. And you're just now getting the mental agility to really see through, because I feel like somebody's going to come back at it. It might be the same time of year as it is, some sort of routine that somebody does. Just stay honest and stern and hold your integrity and what you've been through. You don't need to explain to other people what you've been through. You just need to believe in your guides and that those things happen for you, not to you. And that's what I'm saying. It's like being an alchemist. Motherfuckers can take some grief, loss, pain, and want it to stifle or to break down the walls of who all this shit prior to that happening has created to be like the last straw on the camel's back that would break you the fucking rest of the way, right? What up, Herman? And lo and behold, it's the thing that actually brought you back together. It's like that epiphany that comes through, and it's like, fuck, I remember this, and it like breaks open that DNA. It's like, dude, I was made for fucking hard shit. And when it comes from family, mothers, siblings, it gets easier because you just learn how to get back up. And really, when you work with yourself through those, you just learn how to categorize people for what they know and what they did and how it helped you to grow. You still have love and hold love for those people, and you have forgiveness, but it's just, you have to remember, this is an illusion of what the truth really is. That we're all one. We're all love. We're all together. We're all here. But it's just the way it's playing out here. It's like telling your best friend, fuck you, I hope you die. Because the person who, if you don't say you hate them, then the person next to you is going to shoot him in the back of the head. So you have to be like, dude, I could care less if you lived or died, and walk away and promise to never see him again. Just so you know that they lived. That they would live on this earth and they wouldn't be assassinated. And you'd have to keep that. And let that person's last word always think that you really felt that way about them just to save their life. That's a sacrifice, and that is courage.
Mommy.
I'm almost done. Go with Baba. She should play football. She's like, let me in there, motherfucker. See, and my kids, they just want to sit by, they just love being by me. But anyways, guys, I love you. I have been on here enough. Did this resonate with any of you guys? I mean, I was so guided just to get on here and throw it out there. By the way, it's been a year and a half, and yesterday we hit 4,000 subscribers. My goal is 5,000 by the time the beginning of the year comes, by the end of January. I would like to have 5,000 subscribers. So I want to see if we can do that. I'm super excited about it, dude. I never really thought I'd be a content creator. More or less, it's just to get the word out there. I love to just, I don't really know what the fuck I'm doing up here, I just get on here and I get all these emails and messages of people thanking me for my time and energy, and thank you. Thank you, because I never, I don't know, like I said, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I've had my cards thrown away so many times by family members, them thinking I'm devil worshipping, and I'm glad I stuck with it, And that's just goes to show, like, people might not understand what you're doing in their back of their mind for what their upbringing and what they're afraid. They're afraid of anything, I mean, they'll see, and you just got to live your truth. And it's like, you have to know that you are connected to higher consciousness, and keep that childlike faith that, thank God you didn't give up, because at least 4 of you, I know at least I've given 100 personal reads away. I know through that energy exchange, at least 5 of them have taken something from the reads that we've shared, at least. And I just, that's the goal. It's like, don't be afraid to share shitty shit about yourself. You had partying days, you had things that grew you. Be proud of that. Be proud of who you are. Take your power back. Now you're talking to dead people, and you're kind of like this peacekeeper shaman for both sides of the world. Pretty cool spot you're in. Now, don't freak out, but now just get to trust that this is actually really happening, and that you're okay, and that day by day you're going to work on this with yourself and your guides, and you're going to be able to pick up on those signs and synchronicities. You're going to feel cold energy, or you're going to see things, physically, sensations that shift within you when certain things are about, when your intuition's telling you things. Your guides are just saying, listen to your body, it'll tell you. First thought that comes to your mind, don't dismiss it. Speaking of which, let me book my next personal read. Aw, Francis, thank you. You want the 1 hour? Uh, 111k subs. You'll see, Casey. Thanks, man. Hey, if I could reach that many people, that'd be friggin' awesome. Yeah, I think it's 100,000 when you get your first, like, YouTube plaque, which doesn't feel like shit for all the time and energy we put on their fucking software trying to upload videos and stuff. It's a joke. But anyways, happy to be here. As long as I don't hear voices. Carol, wait till you see the motherfuckers. She's like, what the fuck is that? And we'll freak ourselves out of our connection and sabotage it and say, oh, somebody's doing witchcraft and magic. And just remember, when you feel that way, just sit with it and just be still and just say, I know this is happening because I'm having this openness. I just ask that it would be for the highest good of all, and I call on that protection that I know I have. You just think it. You don't have to even do all the rituals, all the things. Just think it. We're psychic. We're fucking telepathic, very wise beings. So, you will, I'm prophesizing, and I know you have that gift too. Very great foresight, Francis. I love you so much, Casey. Thank you, your amazing energy. Love you, soul family. Have a great night. Hey, has anybody seen Laura H? I have not seen her in our chat for a while. I know I don't have a lot of my older mods in here. Francis is. I was just wondering if anybody, Christina, have you guys seen Laura H? I haven't seen her for a while. I should actually email her and see how she's doing. Crushed it tonight. Thanks, Erdic. Yeah, they kind of just vomited out of me. So, I was really guided just to get on here. Well, I love you all. If you guys are interested in a personal read with me, if you go on my YouTube page, in my little bio box, it has all my information for my reads, how much they cost. My email address is in there. It is all lowercase, Angel Dynasty, the number 33 @gmail.com. It's the only way you can get a personal read with me. You need to email me. Please don't just send money, because then I don't know where to send the read. So I do have a Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. In ways, let me know what link works best for you. I will send you the link. Send me a screenshot of your payment for my records, and then I will get you a link sent for your personal read. So, and then make sure, if you do want to do the live one-on-ones with me, that if you're like watching from New Zealand or overseas, that we can correlate that time that works best for you. And if we can't, I'll just pre-record it. It's just the same. I never thought I could read if the person wasn't in front of me. Now I do it just by internet. So it's so cool how telepathy works in our innate gifts, when our heart and soul's really into serving the greatest good and growing ourselves at the same time. So Need to rewind this one. Yeah, I'd like to go back and watch it too. Thank you guys for all the love and support. Make sure you guys check out the homepage and take the surveys on there. If you guys do like when I do the mini live personal reads, for those of you that can't afford them, I think I'm going to bring them on once a week. Probably close to Fridays, most likely, because that's payday for everybody. Makes sense to me. If you guys are interested in doing that, let me know. Leave it in the comment box of some of those polls I take. I'm just trying to shift the energy and see what the collective needs, so I can't do that without you guys. Good night. Hi, Crystal. Kisses from Idaho. Thank you guys. All is well with our soul.